Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Thrive. I'm John, and here we help busy professionals improve their health, fitness, and mindset so they are able to thrive in every aspect of their life. And today's episode is around something that I hear a lot with people I start working with and helping them to gain clarity around what they really want to achieve with their health, fitness, and mindset and make the big changes. And I hear a lot of, I need to regain balance. I need balance in my life. And that for me has always sparked the question of like, what is that? Why do people use that terminology? And if I just find balance in my life, I'll be able to do X. If I find balance in my life, I'll be able to achieve this and improve this and do this. But what does that actually mean? So, what I wanted to do in this episode was to break that down for what I actually start to perceive what they actually mean by that and actually have something tangible that we can implement to start making real change. And we're going to break it down and keep it really simple on what you actually need, what is needed when we're saying that we need to regain balance. What is that? Now, for me, what I think people are meaning is that the common issue is they are doing too many things that is not aligned to them as an individual. They are finding that they're just being pulled in so many different ways. They're torn. They've got so much to do. There's a to-do list. There's career and business. There's family. There's stuff you feel obliged to do. You're being pulled in many different directions, and away from what it is you truly want to achieve. And this places us into a position where we feel we need to regain balance. Okay. And I've kind of spun this on its head and introduced the idea of something a little bit different, but something that gives you real clarity on how to regain this apparent balance and actually start to move towards what it is you actually want to achieve, what you want to achieve, how you want to feel, how you want to live your life, how you want to live an empowering, healthy, fit, and progressive life. And I came up with this idea of the life audit. And this really connects with my idea of when we're saying we need to regain balance to achieve things, is that there is so much noise, there's so much stuff pulling us away from what it is we actually want to achieve. So the life audit, okay, is helping you to come back to that real clarity of what that is. Okay. You're going to be able to then regain control, live intentionally, improve your energy, feel fulfilled, show up for the people in your life that you want to show up for, like your partner, like your kids, family, friends, for yourself. So this is really powerful. And then when you start able to show up for yourself and regain focus and energy, you're able then to have a real impact, positive impact in every area of your life. Okay. Now, there's a bit of a framework that I'm going to run through here, and something that, as always, I love for you to go away and just start to take action straight away. It's all well and good hearing something and think that's a great idea, but you need to be able to go and implement it. And hopefully, what I want by the end of this episode is for you to be able to go and do that without it being too overwhelming, just another thing that you feel you have to do. Okay. So let's get that real clarity. All right. Now, number one, you can't hit a target you can't see. We've probably heard that before. You can't hit a target you can't see. So, what this is alluding to is the fact that you may do this in business, you probably already do this in other areas of life, but you don't do this for yourself and your health. And we need to get real clarity. And when I mean clarity, I want to get you to get so focused in on what it is you want to achieve, what it looks and feels like, and the benefits and things you're going to gain from your life when you hit that target. So, what I'm talking about here is essentially your North Star. Where is it that you're heading? Because if you don't know where you're heading, what that looks, feels like, and the things it's going to bring to your life, you're never going to hit it. You're never going to be able to feel like you're making progress and moving in the direction you want to move to. You're never going to feel change and a shift. So I can't say how important this is to get real clarity, spend time on looking deep within yourself because it has to resonate with yourself on what exactly you are heading, where you're heading, what does it look and feel like, what is your North Star? And I use a bit of an analogy of the Wizard of Oz. I love films. So Dorothy is following this yellow brick road. Okay, she has a path. It's very clear. It's bright yellow. But throughout that film and that journey, she's pulled off of that path. She's distracted by a tin man, by a scarecrow, by a lion. But because the road is there, because it's bright, clear, she's able to find a way back and keep making the progress and on her journey. Okay, so I can't stress how much this is enough. And 99% of people do not do this. And that's why they lose momentum. That's why they say they're too busy. That's why they say, I'm different, or I haven't got enough time, or, I need balance in my life to be able to achieve this. It's just because they haven't got real clarity on where they're heading. You need the North Star. You need your yellow brick road. So spending some time on that, writing it down so you gain real clarity. And as I said, when you see it, when you read it, it really stops you in your tracks and really resonates with you and makes you realize that this needs to happen for me. Okay, so that's the first one. Know where you're going. Now, the second step, clarify your values and principles. Now, this is so powerful because what happens when you get your values and your principles, you start living in alignment with how you want to live your life. Now, understandably, this gets lost with the noise, the distractions, with the overwhelm, the stress. We get unclear what our values and principles are. Okay. And when we start living each day in line with our values and our principles, we can quieten the noise. We can stay aligned with our North Star that now we've got. Our decisions are now aligned with our values and our principles. So it's easier to make decisions. We're lowering that overwhelm again. Okay, so what I would love you to do in step 2 is really get clear on what your values and principles are. And if you can get 10, that would be fantastic. A mixture of how you want to live your life, okay, personally, with the people that you love, and some professionally. How you want to show up for yourself, how with your career, with your business, okay. If it's 5 and 5, brilliant. But 10 values and principles on how you want to be living your life. Once you start doing that, as I said, that your ability to make decisions on the things that matter to you and your family become easy. You lower that stress and overwhelm and anxiety. You're going into each day with focus and energy, knowing how you need to show up, the decisions you need to make, and what you need to get rid of. So, step 2, clarify your values and your principles. Get 10. And remember, this is an ever evolving list. So, you'll get 10. You'll evolve, you'll get better, you'll get breakthroughs, you'll progress, and then over time they may change over time. You always can come back to them and shift them and improve on them and change them depending on what area, what part of your life you're in. Okay, but get those 10 for now, and that is so powerful. Step 3, this is a big one. Well, they're all big, but this step 3 is letting go of what's holding you back. Okay. So, what do you need to stop saying yes to? What habits, distractions, obligations are pulling you off course? Now, this can be a painful one to go into, but so powerful. because we don't really necessarily want to go there. If we want to go and start looking at what is it that I need to let go of, that could be hard for you to do. But actually start writing that list down of the things that are holding you back can be so empowering, because you can actually start now to get clarity and focus and reality on, wow, look at all of these things that I'm doing, that I'm saying yes to, because we want to help, we want to please people, we want to do well. So one of the big things that can hold us back is we say yes to too many things. We get into situations that we're like, why did I say yes to this? Why am I here? Why am I doing this? And then you wonder why you haven't got balance in your life. Okay, or you're not moving towards your goals. All right. So number 3 is let go of what is holding you back. Write that list down of what you find yourself doing daily, weekly, and what you need to let go of, what you need to start breaking away from. And unfortunately, this may be also certain individuals that you spend time around that just drag you down, drain you. And that can be difficult because it might be family, it might be friends. But to be able to achieve what you want to achieve, you need to now start to be able to say no to the things that are pulling you away from your North Star, your values and your principles, how you want to show up, what you want to achieve. So it's so powerful. Step 3, let go of what is holding you back. Okay. Now, number 4, step 4, add more of what fuels you. So now that we're taking away a lot of stuff that is bogging us down, taking up a lot of our time, and also, don't forget this, taking up a lot of mental energy and physical energy. Now we've created space. Now we've created time for us to add more of what's going to fuel us. Now, that's not necessarily taking up more physical time, but now we can pull things in towards us that are going to empower us. Okay, so what gives you the energy? What gives you clarity and purpose? Pulling those things towards you. What needs to be more present in your day-to-day life, i.e., the quality of your food that you're consuming? Does that need to go up? The moments in your day that you need to spend for yourself, like going for a walk, exercise training, having more connective conversations with your partner and the people that you love. Okay. So, what do you need more of? Once you've got rid of a lot of the noise and the stress and overwhelm and time sucking stuff, you can then start to look at what you need more of. Do I need more nourishing food in my day? How am I going to do that? What does that look like? Now, can I start to exercise and move my body regularly? What does that look like? Okay. How do I have better connection with my family? What does that look like? Okay. And you'll find that these things then start to come back to your values and your principles. Okay. So add more of what fuels you. Step 5, then we need to implement, build daily actions to support your purpose. So now that we have got clarity on where we're heading to, now that we have got how we want to live our life with our values and our purpose, principles, we've got rid of a lot of the distractions and things, stuff that take a lot of our time, physical strength, mental strength, and we've looked at focused what we need more of. Okay, now how does that look? How are we going to implement that into our day-to-day, week-to-week life? Okay, so this is where your life starts to shift, not with one-off motivation, but with daily habits that support your vision. So looking at the habits. So for example, this may be making sure your mornings are more powerful or empowering. So it may be getting up, not scrolling emails, social media, and actually having some time by yourself to journal on the one thing that you need to achieve today. It may be a early morning walk or a midday walk or a training protocol that you do for 5 minutes in the morning or 10 minutes midday. What are the individual actions you do on a day-to-day basis that are going to drive success, push you towards that North Star? Okay, start to implement, not taking up more and more time. We're not going to spend an hour here doing a habit and an hour here. We haven't got that. We can't do that. But looking at routines and habits that we can build into our day that's going to bring energy towards us. It may also be a part of your day where you go and make sure that you nourish your body with quality food. If you're working from home, what does that look like? Can you go downstairs to the kitchen and can you create a healthy meal? If you're out in the office, how can you make sure that you nourish your body adequately in the day? What options have you got? What does that look like? Okay, can you take yourself off to do some meditation? Can you do some breath work in the day? Can you have a connective conversation with someone? So, what do those daily routines and habits look like? Okay. Now, if you do these steps, you are naturally going to start feeling better about yourself. You're naturally going to start feeling like you are in line with what you want to achieve. You're going to create space and time. Okay. And you're going to find that you have more energy and you're going to stop using certain analogies like, I just need balance in my life. Haven't got enough time. I'm always drained. I haven't got focus. I can't focus on this stuff. I've got too much on. You'll stop using that because what you've done, you've audited your life. You've taken away a lot of the noise and realigned with who you are, what you want to achieve, how that person shows up, and exactly where you're heading. Okay. So that is the life audit. Okay. Now, I hope that has resonated with you. And as I said, this is something that I go through with all my clients to get real clarity right at the start. Okay. Because we need that focus. We need that North Star. And this not only helps them to achieve huge shifts in their physical health, mental health, but also their fitness, their connection with their family, their ability to thrive in business and career. Okay. And I just think it's really, really powerful and something that needs to happen. Now, if you're interested in taking your health, fitness, and well-being and really working on this stuff like the life audit, okay, and getting a structure in place and working with someone like me who has been there and is constantly working to improve themselves and has helped hundreds of clients over the years, then I would love to have a conversation with you. Now, all you need to do to find out more about what Thrive is and how it can help you transform your fitness, your health, your mindset is comment Thrive to this video or podcast. Okay. Um, and we are able to set up a quick call and we just have a conversation of exactly where you're at. What are your struggles? Why are you using terminology like, I haven't got balance, whatever it may be, and get real clarity on like what it is you want to achieve. And I can even then start to give you real actionable steps to start moving towards that. So start gaining that clarity. Okay. So comment Thrive to this video, and I'd love to have that conversation. All right, guys. Hope that has been helpful. Many more episodes to come. Even if you just drop me a comment below, guys, let me know what you think of these episodes. I'd love some feedback and just to make sure that I'm making a change to people's lives. All right, guys, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.